Uh, Talking about education, I've seen several of your videos where you go to school and you are singing with the kids and all that. I'm very passionate about education myself. Okay, my parents were educators, both my father and my mother, and I started my own journey. Uh, I did my NYSC teaching. Okay, so
Oh.
many of us have been there.
Mm.
Now you mentioned two things. Let's. You mentioned that at one time you were kicked out of school because you couldn't
Mm.
pay the tuition. Okay,
Yes.
that's one. And the second thing is that you are passionate about education, especially of girls. Okay, so
Yes.
this is the question I'll ask you. See, for me, I don't know why our country has not funded education to make sure that at least everybody in that country has the minimum
Mm.
of 12 years of schooling. Okay, at least. See, for me, I take this primary secondary school education. I think it should be a right for everybody. Now, if parents want their children to go to private school, that's a good option for them. Okay,
Mm.
but at
Mm.
least for the general public,
Yes.
they should be able to have state funded primary secondary school. Now,
Yeah.
when it comes to university, I want to tell you, even though I was fortunate to have free state-funded university,
Wow. Wow.
but I know that it doesn't really work, and we have seen it in Nigeria. Okay, our universities are always on strike.
Mm.
Okay,
Mm.
now that's it. That's one. The second one is that about girls. Okay, I am say I'm a father of three girls. Okay,
Mm.
so I'm an only son with two sisters, so I know what it means about girls going to school. But
Yeah.
I'm I used to think about that, giving preferential treatment for girls to go to school.
Mm.
Okay, right now I don't think I want to go that way. I would rather give everybody the opportunity. I won't
Mm.
I won't give any special treatment to one side
Mm.
of the other. So yeah, take it away. Let's talk about that. What's your
Okay,
view
awesome. I really love your reservation, Mr. Ekene. I really love your reservation with going to that. We should give everybody education. I'm passionate about doing that. But the reason we give priority to girls, especially with the work that I currently do, is because we've seen, I don't know if you've read the recent statistics from UNICEF, there are currently over 22 million child brides in Nigeria.
Okay.
Child brides. These child brides are girls.
Yeah.
They are girls.
Yeah.
So as we speak in 2023, there are families who believe in Northwestern and North Central, who believe, even in the North, who believe that girls should rather get married than get any type of education.
Mm, mm,
So how do
mm.
we intercept that? First of all, we start by creating some sort of re-education to the parents that, look, girls are equal to boys. Your boy shouldn't be able to go to farm, get an education, get a type of money to start his life. Why the only thing the girl is condemned for is marriage.
Yeah.
So the reason we're prioritizing, and that's why that's why even the framework, why even in leadership, you check the administrative level of Nigeria as a country on its own. How many women are in power? How many women are in leadership, in the executive, in the judiciary? How many of them are there? Why? Because somewhere we still unconsciously are running with the programming that girls are second fidels. So the reason why education is important, and it's even, especially we should begin to give girls these priorities, the fact that when you educate a girl, what you're doing is that you're educating a whole community. Girls have such an incredible ripple power effect that when you educate her, you've I mean, you look at families where you have educated mothers and you have educated father. It's different from homes where you have both parents not educated, or one side, one maybe just the father educated. There's an impact you feel in that type of family. Let's take, for instance, somebody like Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. Great work she's done. She's been able to do incredible work with her. But when you read her biography, both her parents were professors.
Yeah.
Both her parents were professors. So you can see that education is very important. So back to the question, I still believe that everybody should get an opportunity, but until we get it right in Nigeria, where we know that girls should get equal opportunity, then I'm okay with us saying boys and girls, or boys should get education, girls should get education. But if we continue the conversation of saying, you know what, let's you know, that, then the second part of the question you asked, Mr. Ekene, where you asked about Nigeria, what's happening, why are we not funding education?
Yeah.
Honestly, I think it goes back to show the type of leaders that we have as a country. We have leaders who run for public offices without having any strategic plan or any strategic framework to especially lead change and lead impact in the country. So people who come to power and they've spent $1 billion to get into office, until they recoup their money back, nothing concerns the government. So we need to start looking at frameworks on policies. Okay, how do we affect policy, create policy where, look, if you're coming to power, you're coming to serve the people.
Yeah.
Well, you're coming to serve the people. Let's take all these incentives where you have to get like 5 Prado Jeeps, you're earning like 6 million naira, you are getting housing allowance, all these incentives. Let's remove it and let the people who are going to get into public office will be people who genuinely care about solving a problem. I think if we start from that level, we'll be leading a change. And then finally, let's continue to encourage people like myself. I'm just one Nigeria out of the many people who are doing incredible stuff in Nigeria, who are already moving some type of needle in the community. As I speak to you, we've currently served over 8,000 people. We've been able to give access to education, food relief, rehabilitation, that we've done in the space of 4 years without any support from the government, without any external grants. Imagine what we can do if we have the support from government and maybe, you know, and all that. So that's just what I'm going to advocate for.
Okay. Yeah. I mostly agree with you. Okay. Mostly. Okay. Like I said, I'm a father of 3 daughters.
Yes.
And a brother to 2 sisters. Okay. Both of my parents were teachers. Okay. And I were fortunate enough that my parents were able to educate me and my sisters, 3 of us to master's degree level. Okay. So in my family, there is no discrimination. All right. And that's what I want for everyone. No discrimination. See, in the West, okay, what is going on right now is that more girls are in school more than boys. See, so why I'm not want to advocate to give special treatment to girls over boys is that somehow that special treatment has been done in the West, and that right now they are seeing the negative impact. Okay, they are seeing the negative impact. So for me, I talk about this all the time, that because Africa is behind in development,
yes,
that we're fortunate that we can see all those in front of us. We can see the mistakes they have made. And it is good for us to learn from those, not to make the same mistakes. So yes, I'm all about everyone should be educated.
yes.
Okay. At least 12 years of schooling. After that, everyone can decide, every family can decide what next for them. Okay, but at least 12 years of schooling for everyone. In fact, it should be compulsory so that parents cannot keep their children at home or keep their daughters at home while they send their girls, their sons to school. Okay, it will be 12 years of schooling should be compulsory for all citizens. Okay, but then for me, because I see the impact of girls going further, okay, I see the society impact, okay, of girls going further in education than boys. See, the big impact, the impact is huge in the West. Okay, and it's affecting everything. So I don't want us to suffer the same consequence later, maybe in 2 generations.
Yeah.
So that's my own. Okay. So I think we need to take heed of this, you know, of what the countries who are further in development and see what they've done, the impact, the consequences, and make sure it doesn't happen to us. But yes, you guys are doing a great job, okay? And that's why you're here, okay? That's why you're here. So I hope you just, all this few things I just talked about, maybe you might do some research on it and see how you can moderate what you do and how, so that you can get the best impact for all the people you're working with. Yeah, that's my point. Yeah,
absolutely. Thank you, Mr.
Great,
Ekene.
great.